even say I go to this particular school because everybody in the community knows that if you go to this particular school, it's because you got in trouble, right? You either got suspended too many times from your regular school and you had to go there, or you went to jail, or you did something stupid, right? So everybody knows that. So now he's like, well, I'm at this particular school. Okay, so now even your first impression of this kid becomes, all right, he's a troublemaker. He doesn't know what he does. You know, he makes bad choices, whatever. And then pretty soon he becomes an adult. And so now they're saying the latest research is that a minimum, they're saying probably 25%, 21 to 25% of the individuals in jail have ADHD, which in my opinion is a correctable problem if they correct how they use their visual system. So there's like 21 to 25% in jail with ADHD, and that's diagnosed. They think it's more like 50% of the prison population that is actually ADHD. So why aren't we addressing that?
The root.
And why aren't we addressing the entire school system, teaching our kids the wrong way? You know, we're teaching kids before they're visually dominant, before they are neurologically and developmentally ready to learn. Our society is pushing academics on them. You want to read a really good, go check out Finland. They're kicking our butts. Their kids don't go to school till I think either 7 or 9. They don't even start school. They're doing playtime with their friends. They're getting out there and just being people. They're playing. And then they go learn academics, and they're kicking our educational butts. So we've got to do something. I know homeschooling is getting bigger and bigger in the United States by a lot. And I just hope that the homeschoolers, the families, the people who are helping put that curriculum out there, learn about this stuff because it matters.
Yes, ma'am. Where do we find you?
So I am at superpowersforgood.com, and you can reach me. My cell phone number is 231-360-3469. I am happy to, I'm always happy to talk to a parent and ask their questions, answer anything that I can, as long as I'm not in a session with another kid or another adult, right?
Indeed.
So I will call you back. So if you call, leave a message, and I will call you back because I am happy to teach anybody. We actually started a school. It's a very small school in Lubbock, Texas this year, and it is all on the Iconics model, which is what I do. And so every kid that walks in, we're checking their infantile movement reflexes, we're checking their ocular motor skills, we're checking their mind-body connection, and we're checking how they use their visual skills, right? Their visual system. And it's a very small school this year. I guarantee it'll be bigger next year. They just did, so just before the school started, they went in and assessed the kids there. And they just did the second assessment. And even the teachers there are like, oh my gosh, I can't believe the difference. Like this kid was laying down on the floor, freaking out, you know, refusing to do any work. And now the kid's engaged and happy and doing this stuff. So it's really, I love it.
I hear it. First of all, this hour flew by. And then second of all, like just the way that you are able to regurgitate this without breaking stride. It's just the passion definitely seeps through everything that you're doing. So thank you.
If I had known then, right?
Right.
And one of the things I have to tell parents all the time, because they're like, oh my gosh, I did this to my kid. And I'm not saying, you know, like I was that parent, right? I said that, you know, I was the one that said, oh, I got to teach my kid this. And, you know, and spelling was cat, right? So that phonetic decoding, you know, I was the one I was always that parent, you know, just always pushing my kid academically and, you know, looking back, the signs were there. Everything that I've learned doing what I do is like, wow, you know, can I have a magic wand? I'd like to have a do-over. You know, I'd like to see, and my kids did really well because we found this program in 5th grade. And we were able to switch and make a difference. Um, but man, if I had known then, like everything, I would have done almost everything differently. Um,
Right.
and the nice thing is people with young kids can do that now.
Right.
I don't have that option, and I don't hold that against myself either. Like when I first learned it, I was like, man, but you do what you know how to do. And,
Indeed.
putting your effort into your kids is what we do as parents and the best effort that we can do. And that's all we can ask of ourselves. But once you learn about this stuff, man, you don't go back. It's so cool.
Indeed. And I think you're doing wonders with your do-over. Like this is your do-over because you're not keeping it to yourself. You're expressing, you're making sure you're using your voice to let people know. Like you said, like I said, girl, I gotta go back and listen to most of this, like all of this, and write down the terminology and then go research and Google. Cause I'm just thinking about my 11-year-old, like with all that you're saying, like that's who I'm seeing, and I'm thinking about her behaviors, her like just her mannerism, just even with the what you talked about going to get something or going to look for something or going to clean up something. Like all of that was just like, oh, this is Kennedy. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay. We gotta fix this. But thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Sure.
for continuing to even with yours being, adults saying, hey, I want to work with other people's kids. I want to make sure their kids are doing okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh,
Thank you.
well, you're welcome. I'm glad to help anybody. We do also, because I am so passionate about it, it's not just the clinic part that we do. Um, we also go out and educate parents now,
Mm,
and we educate, well, we train trainers. So we're moving into going to like the local schools or the local rec department and actually training these people in what we do so that they can train other people in their schools or
nice.
organizations on what to do. And so we're really excited and looking forward to that because we'd like to change the world. We think we have the answer.
Indeed. One day at a time.